Is it allowed to do a Hajj or the Umrah getting lending a money from the credit card finance? uh, the funds that is being loaned from the credit card, or the lending a money for Umrah or Hajj from the business loan, student loan, or the credit card. And also there is something to understand something. When the bank issues the credit card, they issue some type of an limit, like it could be a 5,000, 10,000, 20, 50, or 100,000. They issue the limit that also beside the credit limit, they also issue something which is called a credit card checks. What happens, many people does that they use the checks to cash the funds from the credit card limit, because the bank issues the half of the credit card. They can be used for purchasing goods, and also the second, which is like a credit card checks, which is the half of the credit card. That checks can be cashed, and that funds, many people use that for their businesses, for everything, and in different matters. So the type of that funding is also involved into the business of involvement in an interest base. That Hajj is not accepted, and not even a sadaqah, as I mentioned earlier. The sadaqah is not accepted, or any good deed is not accepted used from the interest. So many people come to an argument that if they are making a payment on time, let us understand this point. Many people get the credit card and they give the justification answer, like for example, they get the credit card and they give the payment on time, and the bank will not interest, the bank will not charge an interest money to the buyer. And but now let's go back a little bit. If you look at the credit card and agreement, now let's come to the hadith where the Prophet said, anyone who is doing an evil, who is doing a bad, and who is helping in a bad, and who is writing a paper or anything, everybody involved into the same category of doing something what is forbidden from the Quran and the Sunnah. Now let's go back to the credit card. Now in the credit card and agreement, there's an agreement like if you accept this term, and if you do not make a payment on this one, and you're gonna get charged this interest and that interest. Now example, now what is that contract? That contract is basically an interest-based contract. This is what the hadith says, that any type involvement in something interest-based, like if somebody is taking a riba or giving a riba, or involving in that, and somebody helping that, somebody is writing a contract, somebody supplying, or everybody involved in the same category. Now same thing when people sign a credit card and agreement, that once the payment will not be reached on time, they will charge interest. Now this is the point to be understand. A person who signed the agreement, they are accepting by heart that they are going to pay an interest. Now this is not something they will pay or not pay, but they are signing a contract that we are ready to pay an interest to the bank if we do not make a payment on time, and the interest will be charged to the credit card. Now this is something what is totally a beginning of a haram. This is the beginning of haram, like signing a contract, and it doesn't matter if they make a payment on time or not, but signing a contract which is something involved interest is a haram. So when going to the Hajj or the Umrah with the certified checks of the half of the credit card, which is like the bank issues, that somebody can cash it and they can use it for some other purposes, is totally forbidden in Islam. That Hajj and Umrah is not accepted, because maybe they can justify themselves that this is accepted. Similarly, any person who does Hajj and Umrah with the haram money, with the cheating money in the businesses, in a job, or whatever the people doing, the risk has to be very halal, and then you can go to Allah. That Hajj is accepted, even regardless whoever can justify themselves that we have done so many Hajjs, we have done so many Umrahs. Maybe their money has been involved gambling, the money is involved riba, it could be a cheating, or it could be a fraud, or anything. They are just justifying themselves, because from Allah, by the Prophet ﷺ, this is not accepted. They're just like justifying themselves.